Hello everyone, welcome to another video. It is me, Desiree, and I join you barefaced. I actually just sprayed some of the e.l.f. Dewy Coconut Setting Mist on my face. I guess it's a primer water. I'm gonna use it for whatever I want. It says setting mist. I'm using it as a little bit of a primer water today because I wanted to share with you my top 5 favorites from Milani. Milani is not a brand that I would say is like my brand, but there are some products from them that I love, love, love. And I just want to share them with you today. And when I mean they're not my brand, it's not a brand that I have like a favorite in every category with. There's some products I do think are fine. I like a lot of stuff that they have discontinued, but I do have some solid #1 favorites from the brand, and I'm just gonna share them with you today. So I just put on some of that primer water to help this foundation stick glide a little easier. This is the Conceal and Perfect Blur Out Skin Tint Stick, and I freaking love this. I love this so much. I did a dedicated video on it. I'll link it down below in case you want to see a little more in-depth review. But they call this a skin tint stick, but I feel like this is a full-on foundation. You'll see how much coverage it's going to give me, and it's so good. It lasts all day. It looks great all day. You don't need to use concealer when you use this. It perfects your skin and makes everything look nice and even without looking crazy. It's just so good. They have a bunch of shades. I love this. I literally can't find any fault with this. I think it's great. It does come with a little cap that you're supposed to keep on the stick just to kind of help it not dry out as quickly. And I do prefer to blend this in with a little brush. My favorite little brush from Billion Dollar Beauty. This is their powder brush. It's part of like a magnetic brush collection that they have, and I love this for this. Like, these two go hand in hand perfectly. Well, okay, I'll say there's one fault with it, okay? I've tried to blend this in with a sponge as well, which is usually my preference, but this doesn't move that easy when you're trying to blend it with the sponge, because usually a liquid foundation or whatever, the sponge will kind of pick it up and move it around your face, and this doesn't pick up that easy with the sponge. I feel like you really need to move it around with a brush, you know? At least that's been my experience. And even though this little cap is supposed to keep it from drying out, I'm sure you saw the resistance just now when I put it on. And I wore this yesterday, and it already gets like, not hard on the top, but just a little bit stiff, where there's a little bit of resistance when you're first putting it on. But other than that, it's so creamy. It's one of those things where you're gonna be tempted to color in your entire face because you're like, it's so fun and it's so creamy and it glides so easy. Don't do it, don't do it. It'll be way too much. And yeah, it'll just look crazy. So I'm gonna blend it in with my little brush here. It blends so nicely and easily, and I just love this brush. There's something about this brush, and I've never liked to blend in my foundations with a brush. I just feel like it always leaves brush streaks and stuff. It doesn't go on evenly. I don't know, it's just weird, or I just don't find the right brushes or something. And I don't know what made me want to use this one, but it just couldn't find like a use for it. They say it's a powder brush, but it just seemed more like a foundation brush, and it's perfect. It's the only foundation brush I've ever liked. And I've tried that expensive Westman Atelier brush, and I hated it. I returned it. I tried it because I saw the Anna Edit. She would always use that brush to blend in foundation, and I was like, oh, it looks so good. Returned it. Hated it. And this one is like the littlest travel brush, and it's perfect. This video is not about the brush. It just goes so perfectly with this foundation, because I think the foundation really needs to be physically moved around your skin, you know? So there it is, all blended in. I'm not going to take it up to the under eyes, but I'll put a little on my eyes because I'm not going to use an eye primer today, just because I just don't feel like it, okay? So there we go. There's one layer blended all in. I love the way that this looks. It does kind of keep a little bit of a wet look to it all day, although it doesn't stay tacky on your skin. It does dry down really nicely. I don't feel like I need to set this with powder. Sometimes I might, if I'm gonna use like a powder bronzer, blush, or highlight or something, and I just wanna ensure that it's not gonna stick in any weird places. I'm not gonna put any powder on it today because I just really don't feel like it needs it. And I love the wet kind of look it has all day without being actually wet. Once it dries down, it'll still kind of look like this throughout the day. I love it. I think it's so nice. It's so pretty. It is a little bit moisturizing, so I feel like maybe the oily skin types might not love it, but if you have an oily skin type, let me know if you love this. I love it. My skin's not particularly oily, but I do get, you know, in the summer, the heat and all that kind of stuff. Love, love, love this, and I love the shade match of this as well. Oh my gosh. I gotta bust this out more because I got so stuck on the Givenchy one, on that foundation, that everything else has taken a back seat. But when I thought about this video, I was like, I have got to pull out that foundation stick more often. Let me just clean it off my lips. Okay, I'm gonna do a little under eye concealer and eyebrows, and we will come back with the next products. While the brows dry, let's do the next product that I freaking love, the Baked Bronzer. So this is the Baked Bronzer in the shade Dolce. It's number 9, or it's Dulce, I don't know, but I think it's Dolce. This is what it looks like. I'm sure they've updated the packaging. It's probably the same, but more glossy gold, but it looks just like this still. This is an old one. I've had it for a long time. And this was kind of a sleeper hit for me. I didn't realize how often I was reaching for it and how much I really loved it until one day I was like, oh my God, I think I love the Milani Baked Bronzer. So this is normally, well, this is how it looks here. Normally it's kind of a little more rounded off dome. I flattened it out. I've made a dent in it. I love this bronzer so, so much. It's beautiful. They all come with like a nice marbling in them. It's a really pretty satin finish. And although it has like that gold marbling, I don't know if you could really see it. Yeah, you can. It doesn't come off gold on your skin. I don't see like gold flecks or anything like that. It just kind of adds this extra like glow without being over the top. I feel like this gives a very similar effect that the Hourglass bronzers have without like the super satin finish. The Hourglass ones I feel like have a little like too much sheen sometimes, and this one gives that same kind of soft focus look but without the overkill of sheen. I don't know, does that make any sense? I love this, and I love that it's so beginner friendly. You could like swirl your big old brush in here and not pick up too much. It's not over pigmented, at least this shade. This is the one I have that I've worked with obviously the most. I don't find that it's over pigmented. It's easy to use. You could really pile it on and it's not going to be too much. Blends really nice and easy. And it has that really pretty sheen to it without being overkill. I love, love, love it so much. And like I said, it was a big sleeper hit for me because I wasn't like, I just didn't realize how much I liked it until one day I was like, is this friendship? I think so. And now I love it so much with my whole heart. Messed up my eyebrow. All right, bronzer on. I just love it. Let me put some more in the hairline here. I feel like I could see how white my scalp is. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, love it, love it, love it. It's just so nice and easy to use. Really, natural, obviously I added bronzer to my face. How natural can it look? But love this bronzer so, so, so much. I feel like I feel like I'm close to hitting pan. But no, I've got like 10 years left on this. And I've had this forever and it's still going strong and I reach for it all the time. Okay, the next favorite is this highlighter. I feel something tickling me, as usual. This is the Baked Highlighter, and I don't know the color name, but the number is 110. The color was covered up by that sticker that I've never taken the time to peel off. But it's one of those stickers that comes off in teeny tiny little chunks. It's not like a peel off one. But that's the shade. It's 110 either way, but this is what it looks like. And I have had this, again, also for so long. This is what the bronzer used to look like one of these big domes. This is crazy for a highlighter. Like, look how much highlighter is in here. This is probably everyday use. Probably 10 years worth of highlighter in here. Like, you'll have this forever. Definitely a good bang for your buck product here. And I kept thinking that I have a mini one somewhere. And I was looking through the drawer and I was like, wait, do I have a mini highlighter from Milani? Or am I remembering Emily Noel having the mini highlighter and I've just seen her use it so much that I think I own it or something? This is some crazy parasocial thing going on, okay, where I'm like, I think I own her products for some reason. Or do I have one? I couldn't find it, but I could swear I had a little mini that was like this big. Nope, I don't know. Maybe I'm I'm thinking I have her collection or something. Why am I saying any of that? I don't know. Let's talk about this highlighter. It's very intense. It is glowy and shiny and shimmery. It's everything that a highlighter should be. It looks really white in the pan, but at least on me, it's very champagne-y. A little bit of like a white gold kind of look. I don't know if it's really coming across that way, but it's super duper pretty. It doesn't have a lot of that weird undertone. You can kind of see a color here, but it's not overly like gray. You know that ashy gray look sometimes that these white highlighters can have? This doesn't have that too bad. Like it's barely there, and when it's on my face, I can't see it at all. And I reach for this one all the time too. This is definitely another sleeper hit for me. I wear it all the time. I think because it's also just right on top in the drawer. And I also know it goes with everything, because sometimes there's highlighters that lean a little bit more gold or pink or whatever, and I feel like it doesn't go. But this one always goes, and it is glowy and pretty. And I reach for this all the time. It's so nice. I don't really need highlighter today because the blush that I'm gonna put on is very shimmery, so it might be overkill, but that's fine. Who am I hurting? Nobody? That's right. Oh my gosh, so shiny, so pretty. I love this one. And it's not chunky or glittery, it's just the nicest glowy sheen. And I love it with my whole heart. I kind of just want to put some of this on my eyelids. Let's just do it real quick. Just something like that. Alrighty. Perfect. I don't know if it's perfect, but it's on my face. Next product that I love are the blushes. Of course I had to mention the blushes. These are the baked powder blushes. I have 3 shades here. I know I have a couple of other ones, but I just pulled out these 3 because they were right there on the top. This is the shade Berry Amore. And all of these are so pretty. Again, they're baked, so they've got like this big dome to them. Look how beautiful this is. Oh my gosh, the marbling, it's so pretty. And I remember specifically picking this one because of the marbling that it had, because it had these like extra gold parts, and it was just so pretty to look at. And each one is very different. You could pick up all 3 that are there in the store, like of the same color, and you won't have the same pattern. So I'm like, I had to get one that just looked so pretty and that I would like to look at all the time. And I love this color so much. This one of my coworkers had this on, and her blush looked so pretty. And I kept staring at it, and finally I told her, like, what the heck is that you have on? And she goes, it's Milani Berry Amore. And I said, I have that one. Why doesn't it look like that on me? So immediately I came home and put it on, and I started wearing it constantly, and I really like this color a lot. This one doesn't look as intensely highlightery as the other ones do, but it does have a good amount of sheen to it for sure. Of course, I also have Luminoso, the very famous, right here. This one doesn't really have the marbling at all in it. It doesn't have actually marbling at all. It's just glowy goodness, peachy beautifulness. Let's do a swatch too. I have a whole video on Luminoso because they came out with a collection. They kind of re-promoted the blush. They came out with that liquid highlight that was in this color. This is not coming across in a swatch at all. You know how sometimes some stuff is just not meant to be swatched, you know? And I feel like sometimes blush is not one of those things because you can't even see that I put it there. It just looks like a shiny blob. But I promise you, it's so freaking pretty on the face. I have a whole video dedicated to this because they came out with the collection a while back, and I was like, oh, I don't need any of that. It was like the worst eyeshadow palette I've ever seen. And oh, you know what I just realized? Okay, let me finish telling my story. It was the worst eyeshadow palette I've ever seen. It was just a re-promotion, which is fine. It's a really good color. But I was like, you don't need to buy any of that stuff. Just pull out the old blush you have and put it all over your face. And that's what I did, and I loved the look so much. I'll link that video down below in case you want to check it out. But anyway, this is the new packaging, and I just realized the new packaging, obviously more shiny, but it doesn't have the mirror or the little, does it come with a brush? I don't even know. I feel like it did come with a brush at one time. So the old ones have this, and they flip up, and there's a mirror there, and I feel like there was a brush in here too, but the new one doesn't. It's just the blush. It doesn't have the flip up thing or the little applicator. which is fine because I don't even have the applicators in those, so I don't know. But this is the shade Dolce Pink. This is my newest one. This one stopped me in my tracks. It was set up on a little table for a promotion, and I literally walked by it and I saw it, and I walked backwards to pick it up, and I bought it because this isn't gonna be a good swatch either. It just caught my eye. Like, look at it. It's so blindingly shiny pink, but it's not gonna swatch well either because I don't think these are meant to swatch that well. Yeah, no, they're not coming across in a swatch whatsoever, but oh my gosh, it's so shiny and pink and glowy and pretty. Like, who wouldn't want that? Even if I never put it on, I just wanted to have it so I could feel something when I looked at it. I could feel happy and go, oh, look at that pink, put it all over my face. Okay, which one are we gonna wear today? I wear these two all the time, Luminoso and Berry Amore. So let's go for this pink one. I feel like I just put this on in a video. Did I? I feel like I did. You know what? Let me grab another one because I think I just used this recently. Here we go. This is another new one, or new to me. This is the shade Rose de Oro, or it's in their new packaging too. Oh my gosh. I have to put this one on. This one is so pretty. Look at this bronzy. Did I remember that I even had this until this moment? This is not bringing back any memories whatsoever to me. I didn't even know it was in the new packaging. But I know I bought this because I wanted to do a try on of all of the colors, and I think I bought this because I didn't own it yet. Why am I just now remembering that I have this? Oh my gosh. Is the marbling coming across? Look how beautiful that is. I gotta put this one on. That's it. It's decided. Because I'm the decider. That one swatched like a nice burnt orange color right here. Very, very shiny, very, very glowy. Let's pick a brush. I'm gonna do this. I feel like I always go for this one. Let's do the Morphe brush that I love so much for blush. This is the Morphe M202. It's this nice angle. I love it. Okay. I feel like the sun coming in is blinding me here and I can't see how much I'm getting on the brush. But, all right, let's go for it. Why don't I remember this blush? Maybe because I bought it for that video and then I kept putting off the video. I don't know why. And I just never reached for it too much. You can see, can you see how glowy this is? I don't know if it's coming across, but it's very glowy. And I feel like I'm putting on too much. But you know what? What else is new? I gotta do it. I gotta put it all over. I have to put it all over my face. Okay, I have to. I'm gonna be glowing. A glowing goddess today with my glowy face, the foundation, and then all this blush and highlighter. It's fine. And then I got the highlighter all over my eyelids. I forgot. You know what? I'll be shining like a moonbeam the rest of the day. And you're just gonna have to deal with it. Who am I talking to? Who am I talking to? Oh my gosh. I love it. It's a big glowy sunburn on my face. And I really love it. You know what? I have to put some eyeshadow on. I feel like this glow needs to be balanced out with something. So I'm gonna put on some eyeshadow. I was just gonna do shimmer on the lid, but I'm feeling like I need an eye look to balance out all the glow I have on my face right now. But let's finish up the top 5 before I go and put eyeshadow on with the glosses. So the last thing that I really like from Milani are the Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper. And then this one, I don't know if this is one they still make, the Ludicrous lip glosses. This was one from Halloween a few years ago, honestly. I still have it and I really like it. But this is the Keep It Full Lip Plumper in the shade Moonlight. And I've actually used a lot of this. It's like down to here. I wore the heck out of this when I first got it. Let me give a little big mix up. It has a really minty, it also has a lot of pink. I don't know if you saw when I first put it on how pink it is. They're so smooth, so glossy, so kind of thick. They have a little bit of that Fenty Gloss Bomb kind of texture where it's a little bit thick, but that also means it's gonna last longer on your lips. Because if it's super, super thin, it's gonna kind of disappear really quickly. But the thicker glosses are the ones that are gonna hang on. This is definitely a rediscovered love of mine because I went through all of my like lip glosses and stuff the other day and I was like, I haven't used these in a while. So I started busting this one out again and I was like, I love it. I love this one so much. Okay, I'm gonna put on some eyeshadow and eye makeup and hopefully balance out this glow I gave myself, and we will wrap it up. Okay, so I put on some eyeshadow. I was gonna do something a little more neutral and brown because I thought it would balance this out, but I just wanted to use this palette again, the Looking Like a Snack palette from BH Cosmetics, this oldie but a goodie that I pulled out, and it just kind of added to the glowy pinkness of the whole look, but I think it's fine. It came together, but this glowy face definitely needed an eye look and some mascara and stuff. But anyway, that is it. Those are my top 5 favorites from Milani. We have the bronzer, which I just adore. The beautiful blushes, love these so much. The highlighter, of course, and all of these are very glowy. It's gonna come together to make a very glowy look, as well as the foundation stick, which is also very wet looking. So I would say, if you're not a big fan of like the wet look on your face, these products might not be for you, but if you're not afraid of a little glow, give them a shot. I think you'd really like them. And of course, the glosses are more of like a rediscovered favorite of mine, especially this one. I love this weird like pink iridescence that it has and that minty tingle. I just really like it. But anyway, that is it. Let me know some of your favorites or not so favorites from Milani. I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe so you don't miss my next one. And I will see you later in another video. Goodbye. Goodbye.